It's reconnecting. Okay. Cool. And you get a new laptop. Oh, there's the clicker. Would get a MacBook, but it's like $2,500. It's loading. Yeah. I think it's loading. Why, Google, why?
I don't know why. We always have. For what was it? I'm actually calling him.
Things are happening? Maybe? Okay, cool. Sorry about the delay. Click. I won't spoil too much. Alright, so if you would, you can clip this on. You can, like, so you can just put this in your pocket.
Okay.
And then clip this somewhere in your collar or something.
Okay.
It should work.
Yeah. Oh gosh. Okay.
Awesome. And then
Can they hear me?
yeah, so this is so it's a little weird. That's for the recording. That's for like the live stream.
Okay. But on the live stream they can hear me?
Yeah, on the live stream they can hear you. If
Okay,
you want
cool.
amplification, it's a separate thing. Still works though if you want it.
Okay, I think
This is for the room. Maybe.
I think I should be okay.
Okay. And then
Yeah.
obviously the clicker. This is like a laser. And
Yeah. Okay. So I just. Oh wow. This is
wait.
so.
Oh, let me turn off my dark reader. It'll mess it up.
Okay. Cool.
That's my Chrome extension.
Gotcha. I love Chrome extensions.
Yeah. That's to turn everything into dark mode. Alright. Oh, Microsoft just only doesn't load for forever again. When it pops up. But yeah, you'll have some different viewers.
Okay.
Awesome. Let me get it.
Nice. Thank you so much.
I'll post an announcement.
Okay. All right.
Like, why would I spend my own money? They have all of them.
Should I go ahead and start? Or like.
Wait a minute.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
People have been in this group for like 2 hours.
Yeah.
Like backtrack, and I feel like that's what? It's so shit for that. They're worth $2.4 trillion. I'm sure they care.
Yeah.
Well, like I only go once a week, so. There are people.
That's another thing. And like the recording stuff. I'll post the recording after.
Okay, cool.
After you uploaded like 3 videos.
You're doing great.
My computer runs slow.
Your technical work is showing.
Yeah. Limited by the technology.
Also, why is your school like? What's the role thing? Like, is it animal?
Yeah, I was wondering too. Like,
What you do?
Yeah.
but like, how does VOL come in?
Yeah. What is the ball?
Oh, it's volunteer.
You're not.
Yeah, volunteer.
Yeah.
Really?
We're the volunteers.
Yep. It's because Tennessee had the largest volunteer army.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
You
cool.
know, I really think that's gonna be an animal because my
I
school.
also thought it was gonna be an animal.
Yeah.
But that's a good reason as well.
My school has like something where it's like it's a weird animal name, it's like chirp, but it's not.
Yeah.
I was like, not gonna be both.
What is it volunteer for?
Army.
Army.
Yeah. I can't remember. I think it was the War of 1812. Maybe. Yeah. Yep.
Those are this day?
Yeah. We're on Smoky 10, right?
Oh, I have no clue. I thought it was just a mortal.
No. I think we're on the 10th one. Yeah, I think there was like 3 in a row that got hit by a car or something. Like it was awful. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, I guess I'm good to go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, wait, should I? What?
Yeah, sorry, I was saying come on.
Oh, okay, cool. Okay, guys, I guess I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So I'll go ahead and just like tell you a little bit about myself and then my game plan for this presentation. So my name is Rachel, and I'm a sophomore here at UT. I study environmental science and geology and elementary education. So I'm wanting to do like STEM programming, which, you know, is super fun and cool. So I work for the Jones Center for Leadership and Service, which is inside of the student union. Are any of you guys UT students? Okay, all right. So I'll go ahead and like kind of speed through the stuff that like we have on campus and try to get towards the stuff that like applies to everybody a little bit more. But yeah, so I work for the Jones Center. I'm the student director there, and yeah, I love my job. So I guess we can just go ahead and get right into it. So first I'm going to talk about the Jones Center, obviously. So we run pretty much everything based on like service and leadership here on campus. We do seminars, we do volunteer events, like all sorts of stuff. And that's all on the UT calendar. So if anybody's interested in that, that's super fun. Here's the Jones Center ambassadors. There's me up there. So basically what we do is we organize and lead volunteer excursions for different groups on campus. So we work with a lot of honor students, and we also work with a lot of just like random organizations like SWE, which is the Society for Women Engineers. Yeah, sorry. We work with SWE. We work with the social work orgs around here. Like we do a lot of cool stuff, and it's really fun. And then we have the sign up to serve calendar, which is like, you can go on the calendar, and that's where we have all of the events that we're offering and that you can sign up for if you need volunteer hours, all that stuff. And then we have vol breaks, which I'm sorry I'm like talking about all this because I know that like a lot of you guys aren't UT students, but like, yeah, we have vol breaks, which is just like little trips that we do over the spring and also during the fall that are kind of based on like different social issues here in Knoxville. So we do a lot of like the intersectionality between like immigration and like sexuality and like a lot of like interesting things like that. We do public lands conversations, sexual empowerment, which is a really fun one. Doesn't sound that fun, but like it's interesting. Then we have Leadership Knoxville Scholars. I don't know if any of you guys are in here are like sophomores, but once you're a sophomore, you can apply to be in like this 2-year-long program where basically you get matched up with a mentor that's in your like career path, and you work with them for 2 whole years doing a project for their company. And it's a really cool, like, first of all, it's really awesome to put on your resume. And second of all, it's just really interesting. It's really fun. You get to learn about a lot about Knoxville and also a lot about like being in your career path as a citizen of Knoxville. So then we have vol serves, which happen once a month for 3 hours. And basically it's just like a big volunteer trip. We all pile into a van and then drive to wherever, and then we volunteer for 3 hours. And it's really fun. It's a really good way to get your service in without having to worry about like transportation or anything like that, because driving in Knoxville kind of sucks. Then we have the EL course, which is for sophomores. And basically all the ELs do is they just talk about leadership, talk about their leadership styles. They get to go visit other schools and see what's going on there with their leadership styles and all this cool stuff. It's really fun. And they always do like a big kind of year-long project. Like I know a few years ago, they were the ones that got it so that at the dining halls and stuff, you can use reusable mugs and get like 60 cents off your drinks or whatever. So they were the ones that did that, and that was really cool. And then we have Ignite team leaders, which I don't know if you guys know what Ignite is, but it's just like a summer retreat, volunteerism, service type thing to kind of help students get more integrated into UT before they move in. And yeah, that's like a job. So you could apply for that if that's something that you're interested in. And it's really fun. Everybody really enjoys it. The Ignite TLs are all like best friends. So then we have our camps, which honestly, you could probably sign up for this if you're not a UT student, but these are just a way to kind of like get on a chat or a call with different community partners that like which is like mostly nonprofits here in the area that can tell you about what they're working on. They can tell you about the issues that they tackle, and they can also like answer your questions about how those issues relate to you as a student and kind of like the difference between like the actual city of Knoxville and here in our UT bubble, which there's a big difference. So I think those are really cool and they're really fun. They always seem kind of boring, but like they're actually really interesting and a good thing to get involved in. All right, and then we have our website. Obviously, this is where we're gonna have all of our resources, everything I just talked about, you can find on the website. And that's like, yeah, I mean, it's just a website. So. Okay, all right, and then here's our Instagram and our Twitter and all that stuff. Sorry I ran through that kind of fast. I just didn't want to waste your time with things that like you might not be able to do or be interested in. But now, I guess since we have such a small group, I kind of want to like talk to everybody if that's okay. If you're not interested in talking, that's all right, but I do use a cane, so if you feel bad for me, please talk. That's like my favorite joke to make. Sorry if it made anybody uncomfortable. So I'm going to talk about kind of like leadership and service and how that plays into every career field that you could think of. So I'm assuming a lot of you guys are engineering majors. Is anybody in here not an engineering major?
Does science count?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. So what are you guys' majors?
I'm a psych major, plus I'm
Psych, okay.
I'm
Okay.
I'm also chemistry.
Okay, cool. What about you guys? Math? Physics, okay. Well, that's kind of intense. Good luck with that. I'm about to finish my Gen Chems and I'm so glad it's over. I hate chemistry. So I guess I just want to talk about like the ways that you can get involved in your career field and how to build your own leadership skills and your own leadership style, because that's really useful in your job. That's going to be useful in interviews. It's going to be useful in like hanging out with your friends. Your leadership skills, you can use them pretty much anywhere. So I think that it's like one of the most important things that you can learn, especially while you're at UT or your prospective university, and you have all these resources that are being given to you. It's the best time to take advantage of it. So let's see. You guys said math and physics. Do you know what you guys want to do? Okay.
I want to study material science grad school.
Okay, cool. Grad school. Okay, so grad school's a big one. I was hoping somebody would talk about that. Because do you guys know about the GRE? The graduate readiness exam? That's like, yeah. So like, that's like a huge deal, right? And one thing that like can kind of set you apart when you're getting ready for graduate school is having leadership experience. You know, if you want to be different from your peers, go and do that thing that like maybe only 3 people are even considering doing. Go and get that tutoring. Go and talk to your advisors. Do whatever you can to set yourself apart. Do whatever you can to put something interesting on your resume. Because, you know, that's what's going to make you interesting. That's what's going to keep you in somebody's mind. And honestly, leadership skills are kind of the best way to do that. Because it's kind of hard to get that leadership position, but a lot of the time, like, if you really want it, you'll get it. Like, just straight up. If you really want it, you'll get it. So all you have to do is want it really bad. And I don't think that that's the hardest thing to do. So one thing that I like to kind of suggest is just talk to people. Anybody. Just random people on the street. Just be like, hey, I like your shoes. Or, hey, what do you do for work? You know, like, people will answer you. They really will. I love talking to random people. And a lot of the time, like, first of all, it builds my confidence, and it builds my conversational skills, and it also, you know, it's networking. I see people on the street all the time, like, over and over and over, like, every day. So, like, if I talk to them, and I keep on seeing them, then maybe one day I'll be like, I don't know, where's Bueller Hall or something? And they'll be able to tell me, you know? So that's just like a small example, but getting to know the people around you is like the best way to kind of broaden your horizons when it comes to leadership skills. Because also, like, imagine you see all these people every day You talk to as many people as you can. You go to a job interview, there's one of those people, and you already know that person. You know, that's like, there's not like a high probability of that happening, but it has happened to me before. And I felt really lucky when I like saw a familiar face at this like new place that I was trying to get a job at. So that's like my favorite thing to do is just talk to people. I think it's really easy. And I think that the more you do it, the easier it gets. So there's that. And let's see. What do you guys have like lots of orgs at your school, like organizations for your majors?
Yeah.
Yeah? Where do you guys go to school? Oh, Sewanee. All right. What about you?
Oh, I went to school at Missouri University.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. So are you guys in any of those orgs? Yeah? Have you ever thought about doing leadership in any of those orgs?
Yeah, I have had some leadership experience because I lead in team house where we organize monthly events for community members to engage other community members.
Yeah.
And I'm also part of the interfaith council where we talk about like faith and religion in a more safer space.
Yeah, totally.
And I also participate in the Swanee Civic Society.
Yeah.
So those three are like my primary leadership.
I gotcha. Well, and that's a really good, I'm glad that you spoke about that because you can tell that like a lot of the things you do don't necessarily pertain to physics, right? But having that stuff on your resume still makes you look really good for a company environment. It still makes you look like you are worldly, I guess you could say, or just like more interested in other things outside of just your major. You're interested in like understanding other people. You're interested in being around other people. And it shows that you have leadership potential within that company. Because one of the most important things about like being a good leader is being able to talk to anybody. No matter who they are, no matter what they're interested in, no matter how old they are. That's a big one. You got to learn how to talk to old people and kids. It's just like, that's the best thing. That is your best asset, is your mouth. Talk to people, get involved with your community. You can meet so many people that will tell you so many amazing things and teach you so many amazing things for free. You got to take advantage of it. You just have to. And, you know, you can't be scared. You can't be worried about like not having enough time or like not getting along with everybody or getting bored. Because like, if you don't want to get bored, you're not going to. Find a way to be interested in it. Find a way. That's all you have to do. You just have to want it. And I think that like, that's the best way to do it. Just stand out. Just make yourself stand out. Everybody loves somebody that talks, you know? Like my coworkers make fun of me for this all the time, but like, I hate awkward silence way more than I hate awkward talking. So it's much better to talk than to not, in my opinion. And a lot of the time, like, it makes people feel more comfortable as well. It makes people see you as somebody that they can approach, somebody that they can talk to, somebody that is interested in being around other people and interested in being around other people like them. And I just think that, like, you know, that's a really awesome thing. Whether it's for your career development or not, you could, you know, potentially put a smile on somebody's face just by talking to them. And I think that that's the, you know, for me at least, that's worth it. That makes it worth it completely. So I very much suggest just stepping out of your bubble. I know that Sewanee is kind of in the middle of nowhere, in the forest. So, you know, I know that like there's not a ton of like stuff everywhere, kind of like it is here around Knoxville, but there's still people everywhere. Like, no matter what, there's going to be people everywhere. Look at the Sewanee government's like website. Government websites put events up all the time. Community events, like that's my favorite thing to do is go to community events. I think that it's like the best way to learn about where you live. And talk to your representatives, talk to your people. Just find somewhere to get involved. Just find something to talk about. Find something to be interested in. It's the best way to kind of build your passion, right? And there's a lot of like really interesting things that you can get involved in with your degrees no matter what. Like, I don't know, tutoring elementary school students, helping with like a science fair, or even just like, I don't know, hanging out with old people, talking about board games, talking about the probability of board games, talking about statistics in board games. You know, like, people love talking about anything. And I think that, like, it's really easy to just think that nobody wants to hear what you have to say, but there's somebody that does. And I guarantee you it's a lot more likely to find somebody who does than somebody who doesn't, especially on a college campus. But if you do manage to find that one person that is just kind of an ass, don't worry about it. It has nothing to do with you. It's all them, I promise. So just keep talking. Just keep finding people. Just keep thinking about what you're interested in. And, you know, you're set. You really are. That's all you have to do. You just have to want it really bad. I mean, I'm a sophomore, and I'm a director of the program that I work in, you know? Like, I got that because I wanted it really bad, you know? And I worked really hard. I networked, and I prepared for my interview, like the people before me were talking about, and I got the job. So all you have to do is just really want it. But if that doesn't work, again, you just got to keep wanting it more. Got to keep working, keep trying. You can't stop, because if you stop, you fall behind. But it is good to take breaks. I know that I just said you can't stop, but it is good to take breaks. You got to take care of yourself. But sometimes taking care of yourself means, I don't know, going for a walk, going to the park. And even there, you can still interact with people if you want to. Just go do things that make you feel good, and go do things that make other people feel good. And that's going to help you become a leader. That's all you have to do. That's it. Does anybody have any questions?
Okay, so you're sophomore now, you're a director, you'll be like a senior director, executive by the time you're a sophomore.
I don't know. Honestly, I don't know what's going to happen in the next 2 years for me, but
You'd be like an official faculty member by the time you're
yeah. Yeah.
faculty member, right?
Yep.
Okay, so you feel like an actual, maybe VP, CEO, VP.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm taking Dondi's job, guys. Like, yeah. Yeah. Anybody else? Any comments, concerns, thoughts? What time is it?
So we're talking about being an ambassador. How many
So it's a year-long term. So when you get accepted, you start in the spring semester, and then you work in the fall, and then it kind of resets. So right now we probably have about 25 or 30, and it's kind of like my job is to like manage them pretty much. But yeah, I mean, the applications for this year's cohort kind of just closed, but they reopen next year. Also, I know you from somewhere. Yeah. Did you do the ZW Game Day recovery one time? Yes, I've totally talked to you before. Yes, I was there. Okay. I was like,
Are you at every event?
I'm at a lot of them.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Probably. Yeah. Did you apply?
my friend did.
Oh, cool. Nice. Yeah.
And she actually got the position.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that's very exciting. Yeah, I'm going to be meeting her very soon. Awesome. That's really good. I'm very excited. Okay. Anybody else? I don't really know how long I was supposed to talk for, but.
I think it was like 30 minutes.
Okay, cool. So I'm right on the hit then.
Yeah. So, yeah.
All right.
Nothing else?
Nothing else? Did everybody have a good time?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
That was good.
Awesome. Yeah, I was, doing my best. So yeah, I mean, if anybody has any questions, feel free to come talk to me afterwards. I love talking to people. That's kind of my thing, obviously. So I guess that's that. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening to me. Really appreciated it.
First round of applause.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I'll stop the recording and get all the feedback from.
All right, awesome.